6, I can stand here and say that it has been an amazing time, making numerous memories and creating friendships that will last a lifetime. Rossall has helped me become the person that I am today. When I first arrived at the junior school, I was a shy little girl coming from a French school in South Africa. My English was not the best, and I was nervous not knowing anyone. However, this feeling did not last long, with everyone being so nice, and with the help and support from teachers and staff, I instantly felt welcomed. The best memories were in middle school, where we all went on a number of trips and had a laugh probably every single day. Going on a ferry to the Isle of Man to being delayed for 9 hours on our way back from the German exchange, the good times never stopped. My fondest memory was the day I was supposedly leaving Rossall to move to Kuwait, where everyone cried and bought me leaving presents, only for me to announce a few months later that I was coming back. I'll never forget what Dr. Winkley told me when he found out that I might be leaving. This is a disaster, which made me not want to leave even more, and I am truly glad that I didn't. Coming from a school that did no sports, it was such a shock at the start for me to be involved in a number of sporting activities. I had never heard of field hockey or rounders, let alone Ross hockey, but after trying them out, I actually really enjoyed them. This led me to carry on playing hockey throughout my time here, something that I probably wouldn't have experienced if I wasn't in Rossall. Being part of the girls' second hockey team has been extremely fun, even though we were unable to win a single match over the last 2 years. Moving into the senior school, I became a proud member of Rose House, where it has been fantastic to make friends from all around the world. Ordering a number of Chinese deliveries to celebrate all our victories, it has been wonderful to be in a house that never stops trying. Winning the house singing competition this year was wonderful, where we all put a lot of time and effort, and with the help of Louise Clark's choreography, to get our performance to be simply perfect. After finishing my GCSEs, I decided to take on the challenge of the International Baccalaureate. I'm sure that many will agree that it has been tough. From trying to understand what was happening in TOK lessons, to spending hours completing coursework and CAS, it has been stressful. However, after endless complaints, I believe that it's all been worth it. Thanks to Dr. Doman's wise words to stay calm before the exams and the support of many of the teachers, the exam period went faster than I thought it would. As well as the academic and sporting, Rossall offers many travelling opportunities. During my time here, I have visited France, Germany, Spain and Italy, as well as several thought-provoking trips in Britain. The Barcelona hockey trip meant that we had to play in extremely hot weather conditions, something that we weren't used to as all our home matches at Rossall are usually in the wind and rain. The Milan Expo was an incredible learning experience where we all tried food from all around the world and experienced strange dance moves from complete strangers. Trips run all year long here, and it is great to be able to enjoy the subject we study by going out and experiencing the practical side as well as the theory. It was a privilege to receive the prestigious position of Deputy School Captain in this academic year. It has allowed me to develop and take initiative, and I am pleased to be able to say that I no longer am that shy girl from the junior school. The Rossall community has allowed me to grow in confidence as a person, and I now feel ready to take on the next chapter in my life. Finally, I would like to wish luck to the next team of school captains and monitors. I hope that they will have as good an experience as we had. Thank you, Miss Purvis, Mr. Robinson, and all my past and present teachers who have helped me on my Rossall school journey. Rossall truly is what you make of it.
When asked to reflect on my time here at Rossall, it was hard to select only a small number of memories from the vast amount that I have acquired here. Creating a friendship from infant school that continues today with Harry Andrews and House Cross Country are only a couple of many. Some of my fondest memories came from my time during junior school, from singing in the choir to playing in possibly the most successful rugby team for a junior squad. It really is a time that I will cherish. Winning both the Rossall Budge Sevens tournament 2 years running and winning the prestigious Malsis Sevens tournament is something which I still talk about today to many of my fellow teammates. Yet this was all thanks to the genius of Mr. Condon, whose famous Rossall moves I know still appear on the pitch to this day. Mr. Condon for me, however, has become more than just a coach. He became the inspiration behind my aspiration to become a primary school teacher, with his energetic and engaging attitude allowing him to be so approachable, even from a young age. It is so refreshing that when I visit the junior school now, that boys and girls look at him with the same respect and admiration that I did, and I know many past and present students do. From junior school came senior school, and mitre and fleur-de-lis, with the witty and joyful Mr. Corrie. Despite having an awful sense of humour, his attitude towards house life and the effort that he goes to help each and every boy in the house is something that certainly is admired. There's never been a dull moment with Mr. Corrie as house parent, and many fond memories include when he appeared in the day room with my school file and decided to share work from when I was younger. Unfortunately, my English wasn't brilliant at the age of 5, and so when there was a sentence that said, "His brother was in September," rather than birthday, he was quick to bring this to my attention. I am, however, incredibly grateful for all the support and effort that he has gone into in helping me, and being presented as house captain was the ultimate compliment from someone who truly believes in MF. Bringing two boys together, whether they are from China or Germany, and creating a lasting friendship is something remarkable. MF has treated me to so many moments, which I will never forget. Events such as the infamous MF Mad Night, a charity evening which consists of all the boys dancing, singing, or even performing in a comical sketch, and making a fool out of each other, is something which any boy who has been in MF will remember fondly. Having a house with such a variety of nationalities and cultures allows anyone to interact and get to know each other, sharing stories from home while still being able to be part of an environment which feels like home. And this is much down to the attitude and approach from Mr. Corrie. The variety of activities here is something which I honestly say only a school like Rossall could provide. I've been fortunate enough to travel to the countries such as the United States of America and Austria, with the choir led by Miss Young, whose dedication I know is appreciated by everyone in the choir which sits behind me. And although she pushes us to our limits, it isn't without reward. And that, through her leadership, I have been part of a choir for 7 years, which grows stronger in its own way each year. It unites people together and allows you to talk to people who you wouldn't normally speak to. Meeting someone as unique as Penjani was because of choir, and has created a friendship which I know will carry on through university. Sport has always been a key part of school life for me, and with the range of sports that are on offer to students, it isn't surprising that it is an attraction of the school. Fives, a sport only a very limited amount of schools play, became a key part of the sporting calendar for me. And after playing it for 7 years, it pleases me to say that I can now beat the coach, Mr. Hodgetts. And it is because of his guidance I was complimented at the most recent Nationals by a Fives player, who is known as the all-time best. Rossall succeeds in so many areas, academically, on the sports field. However, personally, I feel that more importantly, Rossall succeeds in changing young boys and girls into mature adults who are ready to move on into the next chapter of their lives. Finally, I would like to wish Hal, Lauren, Oliver, Nasa and the monitors all the best for the upcoming year, and take this opportunity to thank Ms. Purvis and Mr. Robinson for the chance to represent the school as Deputy School Captain. Thank you, Rossall, for being an unforgettable 16-year journey. Floreat Rossalia.
My name is Hayley Hughes and I have had the honour of being the school captain here at Rossall for the past academic year. As my time at the school is now sadly drawing to a close, I have been asked to make a speech reflecting back over my time here, and it all started when I joined the school in Year 7. As an optimistic 11-year-old, I was so excited to be at a big school where everything was new and interesting. I couldn't wait to meet new people, learn about new subjects, and play new sports. I was even excited to get prep, but that novelty soon wore off. My earliest memory of Rossall was, of course, my first day. I arrived at the school to be immediately greeted by the infamous Rossall weather. Fighting through the wind and the rain, decked from head to toe in our new Rossall attire, my fellow newbies, Rachel, Lauren, Gabby and I, battled our way to the opposite end of the school for our very first lesson, which was music. While struggling to stay grounded, we got lost numerous times, before eventually finding the Thomas Beecham music rooms 20 minutes later than we should have. Soaked to the skin, I distinctly remember the walk of shame into music, whilst the rest of the class waited patiently for us. Although the weather was not so friendly, our welcome from Mr. Corrie and our classmates was, and our spirits were far from dampened. As I have progressed through Rossall, I have been blessed with a close-knit group of friends, which has expanded over the years and meant that daily life here has been like a home from home. The house system has a lot to do with this, and I have fond memories of my times as a member of both Dolphin and Rose. I thoroughly enjoyed my Dolphin days with Mrs. J, especially when we won house singing in my very first year in senior school. Yet, for the majority of my time here, I have been a Rose girl. Thanks to the girls in the house, the tutors, Miss Bendelow and Miss Hall, Rose is undeniably the most fabulous house in the square. I have many fond memories of my time in Rose, most notably of which include the many house competitions that we won, especially house singing and house water polo, but also the house jollies that I have been to over the years. The girls that I have shared my time with in the house have ensured that there has rarely been a dull moment, and I thank them all for making my time as a Rose girl so fulfilling. I will miss the Rose family greatly, and will especially miss our reward of Chinese takeaways for winning house competitions. Some of my fondest memories at Rossall are of the various sporting events and trips that I have participated in. I have been lucky enough to be part of a netball tour to Wales, a history trip to Auschwitz, a Duke of Edinburgh expedition, the 2015 World Expo in Milan, and of course the hockey tour to Barcelona, the trip which gave us Emily Cobb's hilarious "You've Been Framed" moment. Yet, two of my favourite experiences were some of my earliest, the middle school trips to the Isle of Man. During these fun-filled weekends, we did a variety of activities, including abseiling, raft building, zip lining, and gorge walking, to name a few. The Isle of Man was definitely a memorable adventure, holding unique experiences that my friends and I still talk and laugh about today. The past seasons with the first hockey and netball teams are ones that I will also look back on and smile, as we recorded some great victories and performed with true Rossall spirit. The camaraderie between the girls, along with the coaching from the teachers and the wealth of sporting talent within the squads, meant that playing both hockey and netball was always enjoyable, and the team spirit remained strong throughout. I will even miss those 7 a.m. departs to Austin Friars on brisk November mornings when the majority of the team were half asleep and wanting to be anywhere but on a coach to Carlisle. After 7 years of representing the school in sport, I can look back nostalgically, and I am delighted that such strong seasons in my final year mean that I have finished on a high. As the time has come for me to leave Rossall, I can honestly say that I have thoroughly enjoyed my time here and wouldn't have wanted to spend it anywhere else. I would like to thank the school for giving me the opportunity to be school captain, and also offer my congratulations and the best of luck to Hal and Lauren as they take up their posts as school captains next year. To all my fellow leavers, I hope that the future brings you everything you hope for, and let's all stay in touch. Gloria Rosalia.
Gloria It is a great honour to be here. I would like to take this opportunity to express my appreciation to all of my teachers, friends and family members who have helped me reach the place where I am today, standing here in front of you. Firstly, I would like to start off by congratulating the new school captains and monitors on your new appointments. You have a very challenging year ahead, and we encourage you to make the most of it, as time flies when you're having fun. The first time I heard about Rossall was through playing hockey. I was playing for Lancashire under-15s at the time, and we had a friendly match against Rossall through the connection of Mr. Emmett. Rossall put up a good fight against Lancashire, but we won 3-2. Immediately after the game, Mr. Emmett took me and James Sutcliffe on a tour of the school. We were shown all the sporting facilities and Pelican House. This is where Mr. Emmett showed us an A3 sheet of paper. We were confused to what importance this A3 sheet of paper had to do with Rossall. It later turned out to be a 3-year hockey plan. In this plan, there were squad lists for different games. Every contingency had been accounted for. This is when James and I realised that this is the place where we want to be to improve our hockey. The next step was an interview with Dr. Winkley. His office was filled with more books than my local library, and he was pleasant and interested in what I had to offer to school. A few days later, I received my letter of acceptance to Rossall, and within a few weeks we were both enrolled at Rossall and ready to join in the following Easter term. I was placed into Lugard. I had no idea what to expect, and carrying several bags with my mum and dad, we were escorted to my room by Mr. Winkley. He opened the door and it was a 3-bedroom room that was completely empty. I thought I'd hit the jackpot. Until around 3 a.m. the next morning, in walks a figure with round glasses. This was my roommate, Edgar Zang. After a few days of bonding with the boys through takeaways nearly every day, this helped me realise that this is the place where I want to be. Through the help of the house parents, pupils and tutors, Lugard has risen from the bottom of the house system to become a top contender in every house competition. There are a few highlights that I would like to mention about Lugard that have made my time an unforgettable experience. Boys will be boys, and tension builds from exams, and a few of the students got a bit edgy when they hadn't had their daily dose of exercise. Being the weekly boarder, I was at a disadvantage. This meant I was more open to students messing around with my room. I've returned more than once to Rossall on a Sunday and found shaving foam on my walls and wardrobes and desks dismantled with a note on my bed reading, "Have fun," with a screwdriver attached to the bottom of the paper. House singing is one of the main events for every house. It is where we take an afternoon off and venture into the depths of Blackpool to the Grand Theatre. This is the time where nerves are high, but most of us accept that we cannot sing and go out on stage and have fun. I believe that house singing brings every single individual in the house closer together and forms a part of a fully functioning multicultural society. Lugard has given me so much, and it has been a pleasure to have led the house by being house captain, and it is also a shame that the house will be closing. But always look on the positive side, and hopefully in 5 years' time, when the house will be reopened and Mr. McDowell will have a home again. Rossall has helped me to become a more well-rounded individual, on and off the sports field. Inter-house sports competitions can be extremely competitive and lead to accusations against the officials as a debatable decision goes to the house that they are in. This is where Rossall is extremely different than my previous school back in Bolton. The relationship that students have with the students through the house system is unbelievable. At my previous school, you turned up at 9 a.m. and you left at 4 p.m. with nothing in between, other than the lessons on your timetable. Whereas at Rossall, I've had countless conversations with members of Common Room, and this is what I believe to be a main selling point for Rossall, is that where the teachers care about what the students do. Not only about the academic progress, but also outside the classroom too. I've recently had to make a decision whether or not to go to university. This is where the teachers listen to your view and take on board your opinion, and they give you their advice on what your next step should be. I think that this is where the teachers become friends. I plan to stay in touch with many of you in my future years, but I understand if you don't reply. Rossall is a place of an accepting community of different cultures, who all contribute to the amazing atmosphere of the school. Rossall has made me who I am today, and I hope to return to the OR dinner in April to see familiar faces again. For you to have the full Rossall experience, I think you need to go out of your comfort zone and get involved in all the wondrous activities that are on offer, academic, sporting or musical. A middle-aged head of SICK once said, "So many of our dreams at first seem impossible, then they seem improbable, and then with hard work and desire, they become inevitable. Thank you for listening from Flora at Rossall.